You can't say something like this was never going to happen. But as it turns out, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 has been delayed indefinitely. And that's not good news for the MCU, especially since Guardians of the Galaxy is one of the MCU's most popular franchises ever. So more right after the intro. Hey everyone, welcome to News to Astonish, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. And I've got some news to share with you regarding the Guardians of the Galaxy, one of my favorite franchises from the MCU. And as I was saying at the beginning before the intro, is that you can't say that you didn't see this coming. With the recent firing of James Gunn, it looks like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is going to be delayed. And it was expected because James Gunn has been the director for the previous two films in the franchise, and now since he's been fired, it looks like the franchise may be pear-shaped. Let's take a look at it and let's read a few quotes from the article, and then I'll share my input right after reading the article. Alright guys, so coming straight from the article on Superhero Hype, it says here, right before Comic-Con, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was believed to be on target to meet its May 2020 release date. But following director James Gunn's widely publicized dismissal, the project's timeline was jeopardized. Now, the third Guardians movie has been placed on hold. It was expected anyways. However, the sequel is not being cancelled. Instead, it is said to be regrouping, quote unquote, for Marvel and Disney, whatever that means. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 has been pulled from its release schedule. Disney and Marvel have reportedly released crew members from the production so they can find other work. That's just terrible, and it just sounds depressing. Pre-production had already begun, and filming was slated to begin in 2019. The cast will also likely be released for the time being, at least until the sequel is rescheduled. James Gunn will not be rehired for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Although Gunn was fired for inappropriate jokes written a decade earlier on Twitter, the cast continued to support him. All of the main cast members signed a letter asking Disney to rehire Gunn as the director. Dave Bautista has been particularly outspoken with his defense of Gunn. Earlier this month, Gunn met with Disney's Alan Horn, but the company reiterated its decision to move on. Gunn is likely to be heavily recruited by rival studios once he finishes negotiating his exit. THR is also reporting that Marvel recently had a meeting with Thor Ragnarok director Taika Waititi. However, it is unclear if he is being considered for Gunn's replacement or if Marvel has other candidates in mind. How do you feel about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3's indefinite delay? And who would you choose as the new director? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Well, there you have it. Definitely a lot to take in, and it's pretty interesting that the Marvel Studios is already looking at Taika Waititi, who is well known for directing Thor Ragnarok, who basically brought a new spin and a new take on the Thor character and the rest of the characters in that franchise. And I think Taika Waititi would make an interesting replacement for James Gunn. So if they're going to replace James Gunn, at least use his script. That would be greatly appreciated, and that would suffice for me, because we as fans and fans of the property and also fans of the films are already accustomed and with James Gunn's style of script and of course style of directing. I would be interested in Taika Waititi helming the project because it sounds like that would be a great direction for Marvel to take. And meanwhile, since James Gunn is no longer going to be affiliated with Disney, that's not stopping other companies from hiring James Gunn. And it's been reported that Warner Brothers is actually looking at James Gunn to come over and direct some of the DC films that Warner Brothers has planned. I definitely would be interested in seeing DC films with director James Gunn helming those projects. And I definitely would like to see James Gunn implement his share and his style and creativity into DC films, because DC films can really use that kind of gravitas, if you know what I mean. But despite the uproar from fans and including the cast members, especially Dave Bautista, who's been really outspoken about James Gunn being fired and how he thought it's ridiculous, Disney is really settled on the firing of James Gunn. And it's truly sad. It's understandable in a way, but I don't think those jokes were enough to warrant his termination. Now, if it had been something even worse than just jokes, let's say reports of rape and murder or whatever, then that's understandable. But jokes like that, especially that were made about a decade ago, it's ridiculous. It's a bit absurd, honestly. And I think James Gunn shouldn't have gotten a second chance. But I leave it up to you guys on your thoughts. What are your thoughts of a new director taking over for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? Your thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 being delayed? And ultimately, what are your thoughts on Taika Waititi taking over the role as director for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? And if so, would you like an entirely new script, or would you like Taika Waititi to direct with the script that was written by James Gunn? I actually go for the latter. I would love Taika Waititi to direct, honestly, as long as they're using James Gunn's script with minimum to no edits from other directors or writers. But that's the way I see it. So guys, I leave it up to you to leave your thoughts and comments down in the comment section below, of course. And of course, don't forget about my Spider-Man giveaway. I'm not going to repeat myself anymore. Guys, watch my other videos if you want to know how to enter. The entry link is down in the description box below as well. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click on bell notifications so you don't miss anything. And I will see you all in the next comic panel.